I gotta be honest, I'm scratching my head a little bit with this one. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Cobra. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. Before we get into anything, don't forget, we are raising money for the Movember Foundation, a foundation dedicated to raising awareness for men's mental and physical health all over the globe. Our goal is hitting $3,000 this year, and if we do, we are giving away some opening day tickets, so make sure you donate using the link in the description below. Anyways, Jarren Duran has been a pretty big topic of conversation so far in this pseudo offseason for the Red Sox, right? I mean, we're not even in the actual offseason yet. We're in this like purgatory type area, and already there have been a ton of conversations about Jarren Duran's future with this team, and yet again, Jarren Duran is making headlines on news sites. And no, it's not rumors this time. It's because Jarren Duran just signed a deal with the Boston Red Sox. Now, it's nothing super crazy, but it is a one-year deal for the 2026 season, so it's not a long-term extension or anything like that, but this is still a bit of a surprise to me, and it's for a couple of different reasons. First things first, though, we do need to go over the actual contract itself because, according to a few different sources here, it's a one-year deal worth $7.7 million, plus there's about $75,000 of incentives baked in there. Now, the incentives themselves are $25,000 based on plate appearances. If he gets all the way up to 550 plate appearances, he's going to be making that full $75,000. If he doesn't end up doing that and he sits somewhere in that 400 range, well, it'll probably be a little bit less. Just for context, this season, he had 696 plate appearances over the course of 157 games. So it should be a pretty easy number for Jarren Duran to reach if he were to play an entire season. Now, don't get me wrong. I sit there with this contract, and I do understand why the Red Sox wanted to sign Duran, right? If you are planning to keep him, having this guy's money figured out early in the offseason to avoid arbitration and to make sure that you understand where your budget is at makes a ton of sense. Obviously, securing an outfielder who had an almost 5-WAR season for his second year in a row. With his second year of 40-plus doubles, he led the American League for 2 years straight in triples and had a 114 OPS plus. Sure, right, of course. Why wouldn't you want to sign that guy up? Plus, if you wanted, or if they are going to want to move him this offseason, well, then you have his full salary in place, and that makes it a whole lot easier for another team to say, okay, how is this going to impact our big league prices and whatnot? Plus, that new team doesn't have to deal with any sort of Jarren Duran coming over and immediately going to arbitration. So on the surface, sure, you sit there and you say, yeah, all of these things make sense. You avoid arbitration, you make sure that he's locked into a value, whether you want to keep him or not. That's a positive thing, and plus Jarren Duran gets his money. My question is, didn't they already have this in place? Because if you remember last season, Jarren Duran actually signed a deal with the Red Sox that included a club option for this 2026 season that was worth $8 million. Now, there were incentives, or I would say elevators. I don't know, escalators was the word I was looking for. Someone didn't need to comment it. I figured it out myself. But anyways, those escalators in the contract would have brought it up to like $12 million, but he didn't place anywhere in MVP voting. So it's an $8 million club option for 2026. My question is, why not just pick that up, right? Because, I mean, you look at it and you say, well, the easy answer, Corbin, is they saved themselves a few dollars. And when they're working under a budget like this, using or finding any money that you can makes sense to find and take advantage of. But we're talking about not millions of dollars here. We're talking about thousands of dollars, $300,000 to be exact, which in relative baseball terms is like $300 to us normal people. Right? It's not going to be the difference between the Red Sox signing Alex Bregman back and Pete Alonso or not, right? It's not going to be, oh man, Duran was that $8 million, so we're going to have to pass on Pete Alonso. No, it's going to have absolutely probably not much to do with the overall budget of this Red Sox team. So yeah, maybe you save yourself a little bit of dough here, but really, how much is that actually saving? Not to mention, because his club option wasn't exercised, Jarren Duran is going to be making $100,000 right off the bat. There was a $100,000 buyout included in this past contract now, right? Which is going to be added on top of that $7.7 million. So now it's $7.8 million. So now you're not even saving yourselves $300,000. You're saving yourselves $200,000. And that's where I'm just unbelievably confused. right? Yes, you avoid arbitration. Yes, you have an ability to secure a great player, and potentially whether you want to trade him for a great pitcher or whether you want to play him every single day, that dollar number is locked in and you saved yourself a few dollars. Great. Plus, you avoid the whole arbitration process, which I think I just said, and I'll edit out if I did. But you didn't really save any money. Right? You didn't do anything. You could have accomplished all of this by just saying yes to the club option. So this is where my conversation lies. Why didn't the Red Sox want to pick up this deal? Now, on the other side of the ball here, I'm surprised Jarren Duran took this. Right? Jarren Duran, who's losing out on, it's not a ton of money in the grand scheme of millions of dollars here, but a couple $100,000 can go a long way for a majority, I would say 99.9% of the people that are watching this video, right? If I'm Jarren Duran, I'm sitting there, I'm saying, why would I take that deal? Right? It's not like he's going to be a free agent if he says no and the Red Sox decline his option. He's still in the Red Sox system. He still has a few years of arbitration left. Why didn't he just go, you know what, look, bring me to an arbitrator? Right? They could tell me what I'm worth because I think I'm worth a little bit more than that. And right now, the projected value of him was $8.4 million. So the Red Sox are really saving like $500,000 here. And that might be where this whole conversation leads to. But again, you're still saving like $500,000 when you just opted into the deal to begin with. I'm wondering if this is kind of an indication that, hey, the Red Sox might be trying to move this guy because there were some incentives or clauses in there that Duran would get some money if he were to be traded. It wasn't a crazy amount, but if the Red Sox can negate that, does it make it easier for them to move on the open market this offseason? I don't know. I have no idea. I think overall, looking at this thing, I mean, it's obviously, I think, generally a positive thing. Right, not only did the Red Sox technically ink their first contract of a Major League Baseball player this offseason, which is kind of exciting. We haven't even gotten to the real, hey, they could sign anybody part of the offseason, and they've already signed somebody. So I guess that's a good thing. But outside of that, I mean, yeah, of course, having Jarren Duran's dollar figured out before you actually get to the real offseason is important for sure. Again, I've said it 3 times now, but you avoid that arbitration. You avoid any sort of relationship breaking down with your current baseball team. You avoid any sort of weird moments or whatever. And then obviously you get the talent. And if you want to move the talent, great, but you have it secured. I just don't understand why we needed to make it so convoluted. Right? Why do we need to save the $200,000 when we could have just opted in to the 2026 contract that he had? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here, and you guys are watching this video screaming at me saying, Corbin, how could you not understand this? And if that's the case, let me know down below. In fact, why don't you all just let me know down below? What do you think? What do you think about the contract Jarren Duran signs? What do you think about what this means for the Red Sox, what it means for his offseason? And ultimately, do you think this kind of surprising contract makes any sense at all? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. It just simply helps out a ton, and it's the best way to let me know you're enjoying the content. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.